Yes, sir. What's the dealie, man? Listen, yo, I'm your host, B.
And I'm Q the Don.
And y'all already know what it is. It's the Kimi Pod, man. And listen, we got a fresh one, a fresh topic, man, that been kind of going around and making this round around the social media world. But before we get into that, man, you know how we got to start. We got to do that temperature check, man. Yo, Q, how you doing, my brother?
Well, I was doing good until I heard the recent news that I heard. But other than that, man.
Wait a minute. Go ahead. Talk about it, man.
The recent news that I heard that my co-host went crazy on the purchase, man.
Man.
I'm shocked with him, man. He's a financially sane young man. This time I don't know what happened to him, and I was doing good until I heard that. But other than that, man, everything is everything. Can't complain.
Well,
how you doing?
I mean, you know, I'm making it. I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't even complain about anything, even if I try to find something to complain about. But, you know, my son, you know, I ain't gonna put his business out there. One day he might watch this episode and think like, Dad, you ain't had to talk about me on the podcast. But basically, you know what I'm saying, he got into some little trouble or whatnot. And you know, one of the toughest things is, I'm gonna tell you, that 13 years old, like that age, that preteen age, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is with that preteen age that these kids like end up shifting. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's the same thing with us. You know what our parents used to say, we were smelling ourselves. You know, you get interested in women. You start feeling like you're a little bit older than what you actually are. So, you know, you coming into your own as a young man, so
trying to find himself.
Yeah. So that, I mean, we went through the same thing.
He almost found a knot across his head.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do it, man. Sometimes it be like that.
Hey, you know, I ain't gonna lie now. You know what I'm saying? We kind of, I mean, I ain't, you know, putting no hands on him though, but I almost did. And this Negro said, he gonna if I punch him, he was gonna call the police. But he's like, I'm gonna call the police.
Man.
I said, son, by the time the police get here, I'm gonna just leave that right there. And let y'all fill in the blank.
And honestly, man, I think kids used to try that when we were growing up, but it was a little bit different because your mama will tell you,
right.
Your daddy will tell you, hey, call them. They could come get you. Call them.
It's a different.
It's definitely different now.
Like it's real different, man. Like for as kids, like okay, yesterday, man, I had mentorship for the young men's, and so we was talking about consistency and everything else. But you know, we kind of allow the kids to kind of talk and you know see what's going on. You know what I'm saying in their world, and basically, this one kid said like, you know, in his group chat, one of his friends invited this other kid that's 13 years old in the group chat, and he said the boy had a AK in his hand with a long extendo to it. You know what I'm saying? Like with a vape in his mouth. At 13, I'm like, yo, I say, how y'all kids get hold to stuff like this? You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's like, you know, they say they buy it off the streets.
Man, when we were growing up, man,
13 years old, man.
We used to always we could always get a hold to guns, but it seemed like the older generation, yeah, and we could always get a hold of guns. Like it, like not me per se, like
yeah.
But if you had the bread, like they'll sell you a gun. But it seems like they kind of used to try to guard kids a little bit more. It wasn't like, shoot, if you want to jump in these streets, go ahead. It was like kind of they try to deter you from that. They try to deter you from it. Nowadays it's kind of like, you want to get in the streets? Come on. I'll show you how to do this thing. Like instead of more people being like, nah, man, go do something with yourself. It's like, it's a cycle now, and it's like nobody tries to break the cycle. If a young man at 12, 13 want to get in the streets, he got older brothers, older cousins, people in the neighborhood. Come on, man, I'm gonna show you how to do this thing. I'm gonna show you how to be a better street person than I was. When the goal is to actually tell this young man, hey, bro, this ain't what it's cracked up to be.
Right.
This ain't what you should be doing. And I'm the guidance, I don't know, man. It's crazy because they consume a lot. So I don't even know how much your impact really have on the kids because, yeah, they see you. They see
least
Mr.
one of them listen. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's always the hope, and that's always what keep you going if I could reach one. But, man, the masses is like, I see you preaching, I hear you preaching. That's cool and everything. But young boy, rich. Young boy got all the girls. Young boy do what he want to do, and he ain't walking a straight and narrow. So you fighting against that because that's what they feeding themselves 24/7. So man, I don't even know how much of an impact we got on these kids, man. And then it's like I hear teachers talk now, and they like, man, we can't say that to the kids because the parents come up here and they tripping on it. So I don't know, man.
It is tough, man. That's the reason why I say, like, you know, programs like the Sansbury mentorship program, man, that, you know, I connect with and I volunteer my time with. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much, but it does it help with something. You know what I'm saying? With the kids at least getting in their ear, and we do it every other week. Like the day yesterday, but anyway, we do it every other week. You know what I'm saying? And you know, by the time we get to the kids, man, it's like, you know, they didn't almost. I figure they probably forgot what we talked about last session. You got at least one or two kids, man, that's really you know, tune in. But the other kids, man, they you know, they shaped by the environment they in, man. And you know, one of the biggest thing is that I you know, even growing up myself, you know what I'm saying, influence. You know what I'm saying? Who influenced you? You know what I'm saying? Like around your circle. So it's like, you know, and you can't really do nothing about that because, you know, if you think back when you was that age, you know, certain things appease you when you was young. Like
Most
you know,
definitely.
Like people with the freshest shoes seem like they got all the girls. You know what I'm saying? That was like appeasing, like, you know, and it's hard to really talk to a kid and get them to see beyond that. You know what I'm saying?
And see, another thing for us, we didn't have social media. Right. Social media came on like later on in my life.
Yeah.
So the only exposure that we were getting to what other people were doing would be like maybe MTV videos, 106 in Park. So we didn't have like the Instagram, the YouTube, the TikTok where we could constantly see what these other people doing.
Twitter, well, X, man, listen, they need to ban that shit, boy. Like, these kids be on there, man, looking at porn, yo. Like, that's just crazy, yo. They got a bad X, yo. For real.
I think I got it Twitter, but I don't even know none of my stuff. I ain't been on Twitter in years.
Man.
X, whatever they want to call it. I ain't been on that in years.
X is, I mean, you can look at some of anything on social media, but X is like probably the worst, man. And it seemed like, and then, you know, the other thing about having teenagers, like teens, is the fact that they know all the other sites that they know they're not supposed to be on. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, and like literally when you go through your teen's phone, like, you be like, damn, what is this? Like, what is that? Like, you real life have to be up on game with certain things because they, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like people, you know, like how can I say this, man? Like, you know, some people that's good at cheating, they put me on game on certain stuff early on in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, B, you need to get you this app right here, man. You can you can use this app. You can call people off this app phone. So you got kids got stuff like that they can get around their parents. Even if you got the sites banned, they find ways to get around that, bro. Like, man, like it's just a whole lot, man. Like it's almost tough. Like you gotta take away their device.
Even that ain't
night.
good enough. Even that ain't good enough because the TVs, smart TVs. So
oh yeah, that's another thing too.
So either way, man, you kind of stuck. Like, cause I remember when we were in school, I found a way to you know, with the school internet, they had YouTube block.
Yeah.
I found some type of way to like get on YouTube and still watch videos just like as though I was at home. And when I learned how to do it, I put everybody else on to it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It ain't just started, but man,
it ain't.
I don't know, man. This generation here,
different,
bro. They different. Like and parenting nowadays is so different because you can't stop everything. You can't, like, you have to go to work. The kids got to have some level of freedom because I don't know at this point. I really don't know what you could do beside. I mean, you pray, you try to lead and teach, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Cutting ass ain't working no more.
Yeah, man. I don't know, but honestly, that don't really happen like that no more. Man, I hear so many. I don't. People don't really get their tail cut no more.
Nah,
because I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Hey, well, what age you start cutting ass?
maybe in that manner of a belt to behind.
Belting behind.
Maybe like 13, 14. But my mama ain't never played like, cause my mama, she anything she get her hands on like became the weapon. Like I remember one day in specific, like man, I think I was probably, my brother was out of school, so he had to be like 17, I was 16, or something around those ages. My mama told us on the Saturday, she said, I know y'all want to go to the park booming, but before y'all go to the park, make sure y'all clean y'all room. So she left. My brother coming, he get real smart. Hey, bro, we had our own rooms. He was like, hey, bro, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put everything under the bed and put everything in the closet. Then we're going to the park. I had that gut feeling, bro, just go ahead and clean up the room before you go out there. Nah, I ain't listening. I did what my brother said do. Man, we go to the park, we balling. I'm talking about the park jumping. It's when they used to play softball at the parks. Man, I see my mama coming down the street, because we live right down the street. I see her coming down the street. She had a staff in her hand, looked like Moses. So I already knew. I'm already knowing, like, all right, don't walk up on her. Yeah. My brother, he tried to get real smooth and jazzy with it. Called a timeout. I walk on the other side of the street.
You already seen it coming.
I go home.
Yeah.
He, mama. Next thing I know, she, boom, hit him with the stick. He take off running to the house. She chasing after him. Boom, hitting him with the stick. So for us,
I would be the laugh at.
Nah, that's man, we still
traumatizing, yo.
We still get laughed at this day. To this day about that junk. Like when we get with the guys, like they still laughing about it. But man,
yeah,
bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, and I understand a lot of parents don't believe in that method no more. And I'm not saying you have to do it for every reason, but there comes a little bit of shock when you talking crazy and your mama or your daddy be them pop you in your stuff. Like it, that's a different little level. That's a different level of fear. That's a different level of respect. And I know we're gonna have the people that look at it and be like, that's traumatizing for a child. You don't have to beat your child. Do what y'all do with y'all kids. I mean, I don't care. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But what I am saying is, we grew up to be all right. Yeah. We ain't perfect by no means.
That's what my brother. That's, you know what? That's funny you say that. That's what one of my brothers say. Hey, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And you. I mean, yeah, we good though. But man, listen, it came with some. Not everything was right, I would say.
Nah, because
what parents do. Some of that stuff was abuse.
It was, and I will say this, like, there were some ways and some thought process behind what they did that wasn't right.
Right.
As far as like one instant I could tell you, that whole thing where an adult tells your mama or your dad that you did something, and then they call you out and be like, hey, so and so said you did this. No, I didn't, Mom. I didn't do that.
You said that and lie.
So you calling me a liar? So you calling them a liar? Yeah. I'm not technically calling them a liar, but I'm not about to get a beating for something I didn't do either. But then you probably gonna get a beating because you sitting here now. You ain't saying nothing, so you can't hear now. All right. So it's things like that I would say kind of was over the top. But for the most part, bro, even if it's trial and error and some stuff was over the top, hey, take it over the top. It is what it is.
I would say this, you know, like I feel personally, you know what I'm saying, as I get older and I kind of look at things differently now. Like I feel like a certain age, you can probably pop your kids at a certain age, and then as they continue to get older, I think you can start, as they become interested in other things like sports or devices and stuff, like their punishment could be taken, that stuff that it can kind of be taken away. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm still, you know, on the long side with grounding. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like stay in your room for.
But honestly, that is cool. But these kids don't go outside. They don't care. Like kids, man. When we were,
they ain't going. And
hold on. Let me say this too. When y'all hear me refer to the term beating, I'm not talking about no crazy stuff. Like let's get that understood. When I say that, I mean belt or switch to behind. I don't mean no crazy stuff like slamming your head on the counter.
That's what I'm saying. What age that stop at?
Man, I think it's dependent upon the child, like the relationship with the parent and the child.
Because a certain age now, 13 years old, like the same height as you now.
Because
like you ain't. But they grabbing the belt.
By the time we got to that age, there was a respect. You could call it respect or fear. To me, those run neck and neck. There was a level that we weren't gonna play with her. Even we were bigger than my mama at a certain age, but she hadn't instilled in us,
Talking about that fear. That was
Yeah.
somebody said. You got to put fear in them early.
Bro, I'm going to be real. This gentle parenting for a generation that ain't gentle at all is what's got these kids like this. And I'm just keep it up bang with you. All that, I don't do this to mine. That's trauma. All right, you keep on. The world going to beat them down. That's why a lot of these kids don't have think about it. They don't have no respect for authority. They don't even have respect for their parents, for real, for real. That respect comes by fear. It's just like in the streets. If we selling dope and the dude fear you, he gonna pay you before you pay me. You know why? Because if I don't pay him, ain't nothing gonna happen. But if I don't pay B, built to behind it, and folks know that. So maybe I'm not saying the right word. Maybe I'm not politically correct, but I'm just being real. At the end of the day, kids need some type of fear in their life for their parents. It shouldn't be no, I feel like I could say and do whatever I want to my parents. No.
What you think, Yusef? I know you probably ain't even on the mic, man. What you know about disciplining kids, man, and the age range?
I think anytime they big enough to be grown, they're big enough to get beat like they grown. I think I might have popped my kids early, and you give them one good time early, you probably never have to do it again. Just instill the fear of God in them.
Right.
And you probably never have to do it again. I haven't had to discipline. My oldest she's 21. I hadn't had to discipline her since she was 2. Like
most of the time, them girls real
I give her a good popping. I have a 17-year-old boy. Haven't had to do nothing to him. I got my 12-year-old. All I got to do is look at him. He start crying. He's 12. And
you know why? Because the respect.
It was garnered early.
Right. The fear and respect, like those words are in this sense right here, those words are interchangeable. So however you want to throw that word around, but that needs to be there. Like if that's not there, a level of fear, respect, fear. So you'll hear me use them interchangeably before that needs to be there. Because when that is not there, there is no level of respect for authority. That's why you see now these kids are doing anything to authority because there was never.
They don't have no fear. They don't have fear of nobody in the house.
Exactly.
They don't fear nobody. If I'm not afraid of my parent, there's nothing you can say or do that's gonna make me fear you. Or it's gonna okay, forget that. If I don't respect my parent, because I do believe in certain instances the word respect and fear is interchangeable. But in the sense of if I don't respect my parents, then I'm not gonna respect anybody else at any level of authority outside of that. And that's setting your kid up for failure. So the second that you want to be your kid's friend and I don't believe in beating my kid. I don't believe in reprimanding my kid. Well, you setting the kid up for failure, and you setting yourself up for a bunch of heartache, a bunch of phone calls from school, a bunch of trouble in school. You're just setting yourself up for that because you didn't do it early. All of my kids, my oldest baby, 21. I could look at her. She will call me now if she get a C. My daddy, I'm sorry. I next semester, I got you. Or she ain't got a C yet. So, I mean, she's gotten a C like midterm. She's like, I promise you that I'm going to finish with a B or A.
Right.
And she said B's a A. She's never had final grade C, never had it. The expectation is the expectation. The standard is the standard. You will respect other people. You will respect me, or else I'm going to cut your ass. It's just what it is. And
that's how it should be.
And that's it.
And also, too, this is the difference. And I don't think people factor this in. When we were growing up, gunplay wasn't a real major thing like that. So we had times to bump our head and to kind of do a little bit of knucklehead stuff. These kids nowadays, you do knucklehead stuff, that might cost you your life. You don't respect authority, that might cost you your life. Because when the cop pull you over and he tell you to do something, if you don't do it, that might be the end for you. If you don't fear nothing, that means you go into every situation not caring if you live. Like, bro, it's the level of fear and respect got to be there, bro. And I feel like that's on the parents. Like we were scared for an adult from the neighborhood to tell my mama, hey, I saw your child doing this right here, especially a trusted adult. Hey, I saw your child doing this. Now, what my mama would do is she's gonna get to the bottom of it. It ain't just, oh, that person said this and this, that's the law. She gonna get to the bottom of it. And if I find out you lying, you might as well just go ahead and tell me from the jump what happened. Because if I find out you lying, you got a bigger problem. But we were scared that somebody from the neighborhood would tell my mom if they seen us doing something. These kids nowadays, Hell, I do it in front of my mama, so go tell her.
Yeah. Go
I
tell
call
her.
her right now. I'm gonna post a video. I'm gonna post it on social media, and she gonna see me doing it anyway. Cause there's no respect there. And without respect, bro, you just, I don't know, you don't care.
Hey, honestly, man, I kind of feel a little different. This coming from a person who got their ass tore up. I was the oldest. I got my ass tore up for my siblings doing certain stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now, the older I get, I got a different perspective on this thing now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like personally, you can be firm in what you say, mean what you say what you mean. You know what I'm saying? And you still can have that level of respect. The level of respect, it changes, in my opinion, it changes when you're inconsistent in your discipline. You know what I'm saying? So if you did something and I told you not to do it, you don't necessarily, for me, like the discipline, it can be, cutting the ass or whatever, but how I look at it is whatever that child need or want or into, you know what I'm saying? Okay, no devices for a couple hours or however, you know what I'm saying? And be firm on that, you know what I'm saying? So the way I look at it is, that's kind of how I look at it now at this perspective in my life now, because I feel like for me, the cutting ass was kind of traumatizing and the level of respect, you know what I'm saying, came with that level of fear that, you know what I'm saying, that I was, like when I'm around my father, because he was more the disciplinary. When I was around him, you know what I'm saying, like I didn't know how to interact with him because of that level of fear, you know what I'm saying?
But
and
also,
I couldn't, and I couldn't, if I wanted to voice my opinion on certain stuff, man, I couldn't without feeling like I'm gonna get disciplined. And as I kind of got older, I did it. But then that level of fear turned, because I think it's a thin line. It could easily turn into anger and hate. You know what I'm saying?
but
That's just my opinion.
That's kind of loaded because of this right here. And I only know this because of episodes previously. That's why every situation is a little different, because with the discipline in our off periods when it's not a disciplinary matter, what is your dynamic with me? Like, that makes a difference. Like, my dad would do it, he would discipline us, but the love was always there. Like, we felt comfortable, but when it was time for business, we knew like it was business. Like, we did something that this was a cause and effect thing. So with that, to me, it's more of, okay, when you're not in disciplinary mode, when you're not in that manner, what is our dynamic then? That's what makes it, to me, that's where the trauma comes in at. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the trauma comes in is, do I feel the love from you when you're not in that disciplinary authoritative mode at that time when I've done something? So are we going to the park? Are we going to do dad son things? Are you telling me, son, I love you? Are you like how does our role look outside of this? Because if that is tarnished, the discipline, like you said, gonna turn into fear. Gonna turn into anger, gonna turn into resentment.
Yeah,
because
all that, yeah.
Outside of you being a disciplinary, ain't no love and affection there. Like, and I remember in previous episodes you would say like your dad wasn't really one for like showing like too much emotion.
Yeah,
like,
he ain't showing
I love
none
you,
of
son.
that.
But see, for me,
That's a level of vulnerable.
right. So for me, I don't have that traumatic experience with my dad, because if my dad did handle business, like, I knew for a fact my daddy would lay down his life. He loved me to death. Like, I knew that. Like, he didn't always show it in the best ways, like of like being there. But when we did get a little bit older and we got a better relationship, I knew for a fact that I was loved by my dad. So like, if he had to discipline me, it wasn't traumatic for me, because all those other times it's all love. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's like with my younger siblings, bro. I got siblings that's in second grade, and I'm 30. So I got a little brother that's in middle school. My daddy told me one day, he was like, man, you need to come over and toughen your brother up. I don't go around like that, so I'm not gonna be the person that come over there and just toughen him up and discipline him, because then there's gonna grow a level of resentment and hate toward me. Like, if I'm not there to help you grow and to help you get over the hurdles, I'm not gonna be there to discipline you. Like, my thing would be, if you're a parent and you gonna go that route of, physical discipline, I'll use that word for right now, physical discipline. in other arenas, hey son, let me show you how you could have did this better. There's got to be the emotional connection there outside of whenever you're mad and whenever you're disciplining me, because then it becomes traumatic. So I agree with what you said, like, especially in your situation, like, you know, it becomes traumatic when the other parts ain't there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's basically that's one of the things that as I kind of got older and had my own kids, and I had to navigate through some spaces because I didn't necessarily, I knew I didn't want to treat my kids how my father treated me. But then on the other side of it, you know what I'm saying, some of the things that he did, it did help. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. Some stuff he did when we was younger, I understand as an adult. I didn't understand when I was young. You know what I'm saying? But as I got older and then navigate life and had my own kids, okay, that I see why he did certain things. But like one of the things that I had struggled with was, you know what I'm saying, parenting my kids. Even the level of discipline, I started off, you know what I'm saying, cutting ass, you know what I'm saying? And then, I think one time I went too far, and I didn't really realize I went too far, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too, doing stuff out of anger, you know what I'm saying? And because I didn't know how to regulate my mood when I'm disciplined and all this other stuff, man, it's a lot of stuff I learned. And I'm sad to say the first child be the trial child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but because I saw a video one time that said, no child, no matter if they got the same mom and daddy, gets the same parent. Yeah. Because the first child, you're new to this, you're learning. So certain things, your mom and dad relationship may be in a different spot when that first child is born. The second child, they've learned some stuff. They're still learning, but they've learned some stuff. They've learned some what to do's, what not to do's. So no child get the same version of a parent. Yeah. So, and then, you got to offer yourself grace as a parent because there ain't no manual for this. And what worked for you and what didn't work for you may not be the same thing for your kids. Like, so part of that is what we said, knowing your child and knowing how to work through y'all thing, like whatever y'all thing is, like getting y'all thing right. Because for your daughter, you might not have to do that. For your son, you might not have to do that. You may have done it once in their life, and that may have been enough. For some kids, like my brother and my sister, and I hate to throw them under the bus, they were a little bit more stubborn. So it might have took a little bit more for them. Like for me, I was kind of scary, but I was sneaky scary with mine. Like I would try to put them up to the task, but my mama know her kids. Like my mama know her kids, so she'll know like, nah, this got you written all over it. So part of that is knowing your kids, but that comes from time spent, relationship built. Like, so it's not just a cut and dry, this is how you do it. No, it ain't no manual for that.
It ain't no manual for, raising kids. It really is based off of the personality of your child, especially, if you have a stubborn child, that strong will, you know what I'm saying? And that's, I think even having a strong-willed child, that's even harder to discipline, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But kids like that make the greatest leaders, you know what I'm saying? And knowing how to mold that and use that for their personal benefit, for their growth.
It's crazy you say that, bro, because that's exactly where I was going with it. The one knock that I will have on our parenting style, maybe back then, we didn't look at the attributes and the things that our child did possess and try to carve that into usable things in their life. Like, if your child is, like you said, if your child is stubborn, they hard-headed, that means more than likely they might be goal-driven.
They goal-driven.
They might be singular focused. Like, if this is my task, I'm not stopping until I get it done. I'm not going to let any, like, so I feel like where we failed it, I'm not going to say fail because we always learning in life. Where we've evolved it as parents is, okay, where we evolved it and where we got to go is, okay, if my child is stubborn, this is their traits. This is their, if they give me a list of traits, this is my child traits. Okay, let's see what we could carve this and mold this into. We didn't really get that. All we were molded into is being respectful, upstanding citizens. But that don't technically come with the career. Like, so my thing is, if your child is stubborn, all right, you stubborn. But stubborn people, ain't gonna let nothing stop them. If you tell a stubborn person no, that means
It's another
I'm
way.
gonna it's another way to do it.
Yeah, they go.
It's another way to go around it.
do
So I think in all things, we have to try to see the good in everything that we're dealt. Like whatever hand you're dealt, if you're like, and it's an old saying, if you dealt lemons, try to make lemonade. Okay, I got these lemons for kids. Let's make them the best lemonade in the world. Let's make them the best lemonade that they can be. Don't just look at them as like, oh, this is what they do. Like that one right there, he hard headed. Okay, he might be hard headed, but let's figure something out. And I think it's almost like the school system. Everything is an umbrella thing in school. When I think stuff should be more individualized. Like, okay, for every person is different. So let's figure out what works for this person. What's the thing for this person? And I think that's even with child rearing. Let's figure out what works for this child. Like, so that's a big thing too.
Man, listen. One of the things, Q, that I have learned over the years, man, that is very, very effective for me, and I think it'll be effective for others too who have kids, and trying to raise them. You know what I'm saying, the right way. One of the things I always pray, like, say for instance, my son got in trouble. Let me see, last week, and you know, and on my way to where he was at, you know, I was praying. You know what I'm saying? I was asking the Holy Spirit to give me wisdom to know how to handle the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you can go in a situation with your kids, man, and you can come off aggressive, and don't really get down to the root of the issue of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I always start off with that. I didn't always done that, but it, you know, I realized, like, you know, I'm the priest of my household. You know what I'm saying? And God always uploading things to me as a priest of the household. You know what I'm saying? What to pray about, even concerning my wife, my kids, and stuff like that. And so he give me provision. You know what I'm saying? He showed me, you know, Holy Spirit showed me certain things about them, like with my son, how I can groom him into the young man of God that I know him to be, and what God created him to be. And the same thing with my daughter. And those things right there, I didn't see that growing up. You know what I'm saying? But it, you know, God, you know, again, the Holy Spirit put that in me. And also I seen other people, how they navigate and how they handle their kids and stuff like that. And I see their kids, and the kids seem very well-mannered, very successful and stuff like that. And so, you know, I'm always a student to the game, and always taking certain stuff from other people who has been proven and been successful with raising them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this, you know, because I told this lady this at work. You know, I said, you know, people with no kids give the best advice. You know what I'm saying? And then until they have kids, and then them advice become put on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, like I'ma always take, you know what I'm saying, heed to certain things, what people say and stuff like that, because certain people can see certain things that I miss. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about that is, I always say, like I told a young lady, I said, and she said, "Well, you right about that." I said that's about like somebody telling me about being a husband, God telling me being a husband, and he's single. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I was like, bro, like, you ain't even been in these shoes before, bro. Like, but that's not to knock him. You know what I'm saying? Because he see things that I can be better in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I always say this: once people get put in them shoes, and
It definitely get different.
It's always gonna be a different, because you know what I'm saying, things changes. You know what I'm saying?
But
now they in a fight now. You know what I'm saying?
But you said something that's so profound, and you said you asked the Holy Spirit to teach you how to deal with the situation.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times as parents and as people, we pray for the child. We pray, Lord, I don't know what's going on with my child, but do this, do that, do that. Sometimes the prayer need to be exactly what you said. Teach me how to deal with this child. Teach me how to deal with this situation. Because maybe, just maybe, your method of dealing with that child is not conducive to where you want that child to be. So what you said is very important. Like, and I think more people need to hone in on that. Like, learning how to deal with a child, praying about it, like seeking you know, I don't want to say therapy for this, not this, but seeking like, you know, information about dealing with kids in different manners. And the gentle parenting, I'm a firm believer. I don't believe in that gentle parenting, not for every situation, because we don't live in a gentle world. We don't live in a gentle society. But I think asking the Holy Spirit for insight on how to deal with your child, wherever they may be in their mental, in their physical, like teaching you how to deal with it. So that, to me, that's very major. And also, one of my favorite TV dads is Michael Cal from My Wife and Kids. And the episode that rings out to me the most is like that time when he was sleeping, his kid stole his pie out of the refrigerator. And of course, in the South, around our way, everybody would have got their behind cut. Nobody ain't want to tell. All right, everybody getting beat.
Yeah.
What he did was so creative. Like, and sometimes being a parent, it takes creativity. He said, okay, nobody want to tell, that's fine. For I don't know how many days, they ate pie for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Him and the mama was eating other food, but the kids ate pie for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Till finally, they were about to break. He didn't make them break. He said, because in the previous episode, he wanted them to quit snitching on each other. So nobody told. They took that and tried to be funny. So nobody told, but they were about to break. And when I watched that episode, I'm like, yo, that was like, bro, that was really like gold. That was a gem. Like, no hands were laid, but I got the result that I wanted. Like,
And
I got
that's
the
what
result.
I was talking about right there. Like, you know, ways where, like, you really got to tap into the psychological part of, like, dealing with kids. You know what I'm saying? And without, you know, abusing their ego or their, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with abusing their ego, but, you know what I'm saying, lower their esteem about concerning themselves and stuff like that. A lot of things is always teaching moments. And you know, that's one of the things I told my son last week. And I said, you know, I said what I told him. And then I was like, you know, this is a learning moment. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can bounce back from this. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to depend on you. And I asked him what he learned. You know what I'm saying? Even just through this conversation, where he went wrong at. You know, and reason why I do that, you know, is because if you know in your mind that, okay, yeah, I was wrong, you know what I'm saying, then it don't necessarily mean that you're going to do the right thing next time, but it is, you have really thought about it. Now the next time you do it, you know what I'm saying, I know you meant to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm sorry, I got to go and say this while I'm thinking about it, because I forget. You just said like such a bar and such a gem. A whooping, you know not to do that action no more.
Yeah.
What you do is make me think beyond that.
Yeah, right.
The corrective behavior, the corrective of a thought process, which is seeing what I did wrong, not just knowing not to do that thing again.
Right.
Yo, that's dope, bro. That's real dope. Like that whole thought process. Like if you beat the child, and I'm still standing on what I said. I believe in. I still believe in cutting behind. But if you beat that child, I know not to do this thing again. But if I think about it and you make me really think, I know that my thought process was wrong. Not just my action, my whole thought process. So for an example, if I get mad and curse out a teacher and you beat me and don't have even if you beat me and don't have no conversation with me, I just know not to curse out my teacher again, so I might stick up my middle finger. But if you beat me and then have a conversation, or if you don't beat me and we have a conversation, yo, where did you go wrong? Your mindset towards your teacher. Why didn't you just control your emotions?
Right.
Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you think about it this way? So now you're changing my thought process, not just my behavior process, my thought process. So that's really dope, bro. Shout out to you for that. That's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
And I think that's one of the biggest problems with my daughter is because I start off like that, like talking to her. You know what I'm saying? Like the conversation that we have, like on set and off set. Like I talk to my daughter like that. Every other Wednesday we normally have father and daughter dates, and a lot of times like we just kind of just talk. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we kind of really talk. Like ever since she was like real young, all the way up. You know. So her problem is now like dealing with young men is they don't really know how to have hold a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that she, you know what I'm saying, she think way, I mean, of course females more mature, but she literally like, you know, she ain't never really been in a real date because, you know what I'm saying, like the guys are around that age is,
Yeah,
I mean, I
we
don't
done
know.
been that age before.
And you
so
said
we know
where
what
we
it's
at
about.
with it? Okay.
So we know what come with that, man. But
Yeah.
that's good you actually set a standard like that for her though. Because
Which is tough. It's tough for her though.
it's tough for her,
It's
but
tough for her.
she'll appreciate it later on in life. It's a lot of things that our parents did like early on that we, man, boom. But you come, you get grown, you live life experiences happen. You're like, boy, I'm thankful for that because the fact of a grown man, and she's not grown, like super grown yet. The fact of a grown man sitting in the house and can't express his emotion is crazy. But if you decide to choose that for yourself, that's a predicament you put yourself in. So if that's not what you want, don't settle for that. So the fact that she's already going through like, okay, she's gonna know I don't want to settle for this because I've met a man before that know how to talk. Like, so she's not gonna, like, hopefully she won't get herself in those type of predicaments where she's accepting somebody that can't talk. Because what woman wants to be sitting there with a man and he can't express how he feel? Only thing you know is he throwing the fit.
Or hold himself accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's another thing that I'm teaching my 13-year-old son is holding himself accountable. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of the things I was trying, I was talking to my nephew too. He's 18. And that's one of the things early on, like I was telling him, like, like a man who can't hold himself accountable, he gonna repeat the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And so, you gotta see where you was at fault at. And it's okay to be at fault, but I mean, like you just gonna have to learn from the situation. You know what I'm saying? Instead of repeating the same cycle.
And the crazy part is with that accountability, man, I made a video on TikTok one day and I put the cause and effect chart up. Because you did this or because this happened, this was the effect. It's a lot of adults who have a horrible time with accountability because accountability ain't pretty. Accountability is looking in the mirror saying, yo, you are the problem. This is going on because of you. Like a lot of stuff in life that get blamed on the devil, get blamed on good fortune, is actually an effect of something that is a cause of something that we've done. Like, so that accountability thing, man, that's hard for full-grown, mature adults to do. So if a child can learn that early on, man, that along with other things, like, man, they're primed for success because looking in the mirror saying, yo, that was you. Yo, you did it this way. If you would have done it this way, instead of saying, woe is me, like the devil did it. No, bro, you made it. Like, if you decide today, no matter how hard your circumstances, that I want to go to this bank and try to rob it, you can blame nobody but yourself. You can say your circumstance, you can say this, you can say that. At the end of the day, you got to look in the mirror and take account that, yo, bro, that was me that made that decision to go rob that bank, and I got to deal with what come with it.
It's crazy you say that because that really was gonna be the part of the show, man. We just well, today's show, this is what we're gonna talk. Nah, man, we so far in the show, man. I really was gonna home into that guy named Sharon Moore.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that you was talking about the accountability part. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that with him, he ended up, and most men, I'm telling you, man, this is what happened to most men, yo. Like, they get in situations like that. And I don't know what his background is. I know he like snow bunnies, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know what his background is, as far as how he been raised. But I do know he had a damn near good job and a beautiful family.
Right.
And he blew all of that, you know what I'm saying, from dealing with, the young girl, the girl or whatnot. And because of that, and because they find out he got fired, this boy the guy gonna drive all the way to her house, man, and threaten he was gonna kill himself. She ruined his life. He was gonna kill her and kill himself, and she threatened his life. I mean, because she ruined his life.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna say this, and anybody that's going through mental health, Might want to cover your ears, bro. That is the weakest thing a man can do.
Man,
bro.
ain't no way you
Bro,
going through mental health with that.
Bro, you weak, bro. That I'm gonna kill my boy. Man, get out of here, bro. I ain't want to hear that. Number two.
Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna let you work. Yeah.
Number two, bro. Leave these snow bunnies alone, man.
Man, there's some good snow bunnies out there.
Man, leave them alone, bro.
You said, ain't there some good snow bunnies?
Leave them alone, bro. Leave them alone, man. Man, if you got a certain level of success, bro, leave them alone because very rarely do it turn out well for you. Because when they want to flip the script, they can flip the script, and they let you know that. They always hold that over your head, bro. You would be surprised how many stories I've seen with successful men and their white lady telling them, you know I can make this bad for you. You know I can, brother, live with that type of fear.
But black women do it in a different way because they play the danger and distress.
They do, but one thing about a black woman,
she just ain't got enough clout to.
She ain't gonna. Man, I've seen cases where they'll tell a black lady who was married to a rich man, you get $1 million a year until you remarry again, and then that gets cut off. Look at that white woman that Shannon Sharp was with. She got about, what, 27 million? He made her a millionaire. Like a multimillionaire. This girl never have to work again if she don't want to. She just need to make smart investments. So black women ain't gonna get the same collateral that a white woman gonna get off the rip if anything goes wrong.
That make my stomach hurt. That just made my stomach hurt thinking about that.
They not gonna get the same collateral, bro. A black woman is not gonna get the same collateral that a white woman is gonna get if everything goes wrong. Number 3, he got to take accountability, bro. He got to take accountability, bro. Your discipline, bro. Take accountability, dog. Like, and then number 4. This is my last point. I don't know. To me, and I don't care if I offend people on this one. If you are a certain age bracket from a woman, y'all should have no dealings. Same way with a woman in a man. If you are 40-something years old, why do you want a mid to low 20s?
Whoa, nah.
No, bro. No.
Sound an alarm on that because some women want somebody older now.
They might want somebody older, but that's not gonna be me because at the end of the day, bro, I'm 30 years old. If I was a single man, I'm 30 years old. Bro, if you're 21, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm 30, and at 21, we don't have nothing. That ain't nothing but 9 years. If you're 40-something years old talking to a 25 and below, like
what about 50 years old talking to a 30-year-old?
It depends on what that 30-year-old. I don't agree with that, bro. I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that because at that point, what are you trying to do? Be her daddy or something? Like most of those guys have control issues, dog.
That's sickening,
bro. That's sickening to me. Most of those guys have control issues,
man. That's I feel bad about that because just thinking about it, this guy might just like. I can't. I already said it.
I'm gonna put it like this.
It's somebody I know. I'm gonna say somebody I know went through a divorce, and he got somebody 20 years younger than him.
If you ask most of these women, if they being real, if they be honest with you,
he look happy.
Most of these guys are very controlling. And these women don't really be happy in the situation. They just know that this dude offers something that these younger guys ain't offering.
Look happy.
Yeah, of course he's gonna be happy. But I still think something's wrong with that, bro. I don't see how you could look at somebody 20. Bro, when this girl, if you're 20 years older than her, think about it, bro. When she popped out her mama cooter, bro, you was 20 years old already. Like you was already 20. Bro, what are you doing with her? Like, bro, when she was born, bro, you was 20 years old. Bro, you had a 20-year start on her. Why don't you have, if you're that much of an eligible person, why don't you have somebody in your age bracket? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's like if your daughter is 18 years old and she come home with a man 38 years old. Bro, what the hell? Bro, what she got going on?
I ain't gonna do nothing like that.
No, but if that happens, what are you gonna be thinking about that man? Like, bro, what you got going on? You 38. Come on. Come on, bro. You 38. She 18.
Bro, you close to my age.
Bro, let's be for real. Like, imagine, even if she 30, if she 30 and you 50, she come, Dad, I want you to meet Jeff. Jeff's 50. You and Jeff dynamic is not about to be right, bro. It's different if she 30 years old and she, hey man, this cute, he 35. All right, young man, what's up? Well, not young man, but what's up with you, man? 50? Bro, man. Bro, what you want with my daughter? You know she got a daddy, right? What you want with my daughter?
I ain't even want to think that far, Q. I ain't
Bro,
gonna
it's-
pay.
But that thought process is crazy, bro. 20, nah,
It is.
that bro, something wrong in your mind, dog. That lady was that baby was just fresh out the womb, and you 20 years old. So basically, you sitting at her crib, telling her mom and them, "Hey, when she get older, boy, I'm gonna get her." That's weird to me, bro. I ain't even like when I had homeboys that'll say something about a girl that was still in high school. I don't even like when they be, when she get out of high school, boy, what are you even looking at her like that for?
I ain't even gonna lie. I respect that.
Like,
that's
what did you-
that's another subject. I ain't even gonna lie. Where we at, Yusef? We about okay. Well, that's another subject too that I probably want to zoom in our next episode about, because there's a lot of females that I know growing up, man, in high school was talking to dudes that was like out of school, bro. Like a lot of them, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And these guys was way. I mean, way older. You know what I'm saying?
For the
Like,
girl, that's a flex. For the guy, like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? She's in high school. That's
But-
weird. That's
but
weird. That's weird, bro.
That's very weird, and it seemed like it's more common.
That's weird, dog.
It's like it seemed like it's more common, man.
Because as a real man, bro, I can't even see myself talking to no 17, 18-year-old girl.
Yeah.
She like what
Yeah,
what
for the
link-
females, a flex, because she be, she.
Yeah,
she
he gonna
get
get.
the-
Of course, he gonna give her everything.
Yeah.
He gonna give her a little bit of paper, but that's so he can control you. That's so he could daddy you. That ain't no healthy
That's
relationship.
really what it is.
What can you add to
You
him?
said that, daddy.
Yeah, what can you add to him?
Yeah.
You can't add no value to him, but you could hump. He could go get somebody in his age bracket that can hump.
Yeah.
Like, what can you add to this man's life? You 18 years old.
And then another thing too, some of these guys who go to these probates, and they be like 57 years old.
When you
man.
been out of college for about when you been out of college for about 7+ years, you shouldn't be at no
I'm
probate.
talking about, like, yeah, I ain't
You
gonna
shouldn't be at
fake
no
though.
probate, bro.
Like that's all. Like okay, my son, sister, she had crossover, and man, that's all I seen, bro. I ain't
I'm gonna be real. Okay, my little cousin, he became one of them things. I forgot what it was. I went to his probate when he came out. I've never been to another one. What am I doing at probate? I'm 30 years old. What am I doing at a college probate with college kids? What am I doing out there? I have no business out there. Bro, I'm a grown man. What am I out there with them kids for?
That actually wasn't my first, and unless my daughter cross over, you know what I'm saying, and do something when she get in college. But that actually was my first
If you
time ever
think
going
about
to
it, and if we been 100, that's predatory behavior, bro.
yeah, that's predatory.
That's predatory. That's like if your daughter at a party and you see some, if you allow your daughter to go to a party and you see some 30-year-old dudes out there just in the parking lot. You ain't about to, hey, come on, you about to go home. Cause what is y'all predators doing out here? Bro, go to a club. Go
Boy.
find somebody your age.
But I ain't even gonna lie. I wish we would have talk about that early on, because
We're gonna spin the block on this again.
I got some stuff to say about that, man. I ain't even gonna fake, man. Listen, if y'all made it to the end of this episode, man, listen, thank you. You know what I'm saying? We really actually tuned in, man. But we need some favors from y'all, man. We need for y'all to like, share, and just share the episode. You know what I'm saying? We putting out some good content, man. We talking about real life stuff, man. We ain't gossiping. And my boy Q the Don, he laying the knowledge down. You know what I'm
No,
saying? He
don't
giving
put it
y'all-
all on me. It's on you too, my boy.
He giving some practical information for y'all to take hold to certain situation in your life, man. So just do us that favor, man. Just, like, share. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Add your partner in, Q.
you done said it
Hey,
all, man.
Give the people a word, man, because you always got a word,
Man,
bro.
let me see.
Come on now.
We got to be quick with it. So listen, at the end of the day, man, find out what works with you and your kids, man. There ain't no blueprint to it. Offer yourself some grace, but hey, it's a learning process.
Yes,
Hey, that's
sir.
all I got for you.
Peace.
We out.